The top 5 reasons for you to build your startup. You should be passionate about a problem that you want to solve. The world is full of problems. There are a million ways to do things better in today's society. Products are not perfect, services are flawed, and there are better ways to actually execute processes. But you have to be passionate about solving that problem, not just because there's an opportunity for you to solve it. You have to be driven towards finding a solution for something that you care about. Uh, Uber was created to sort of make transportation much more streamlined. Airbnb was created to give homeowners a chance to earn some money while giving travelers a chance to find affordable housing as they travel the world. But if you switch the founders of Airbnb and Uber into each other's companies, it would be another disaster because they're working on what they're passionate about. They're working on a problem that they want to solve. So when you venture into a startup, make sure that you want to live in a world where there's a solution for the problem that you care about, and you're the person to build that solution. Make sure that it's something that you really want to change and you really want to sort of better, so that the world is prepared for you to kind of like solve it. If you're not passionate about the problem, don't build your startup. Stuff gets harder and harder every single day. The only reason you're able to grow your startup is because you get better at facing challenges. But your challenges never ever get easier. The minute you solve a problem, another problem comes in. That's the pretty much only way to really sort of grow a startup. Your clients want a better service. The market gets more demanding. Your users want better products. Your commitments increase. In any scenario, growing a company requires you to have commitment, and commitment comes with a huge load of challenges. So, challenges should motivate you to work harder. You should look forward to them. You should look at them as something that you can overcome, get better at, and take on bigger challenges. Because, let me be honest with you, it never, ever, ever gets easier. Success comes at a cost, and success is hard, and it gets harder. So, if you're mentally prepared to face challenges and take them on in a positive way, where you push yourself as much as possible to overcome them, to prepare yourself for bigger challenges, then yes, you will be an entrepreneur. So, let me put this in the most blunt way possible. You will fail at something or the other during the course of building your startup. Every successful company in history has gone through a period of failure where they have released products, the users didn't like it, or it didn't work properly, and they paid the price. But they've gotten back on their feet. Facebook, Tesla, SpaceX, Apple, Yahoo, Alibaba, all these companies have faced failure at one point or the other during their entire lifetime. That's part of the package, people. Nick Woodman, who we all know from GoPro, imploded his first company, Funbug, because the market wasn't ready for it. He was too ahead of his time. Facebook has a history in fact, of releasing products that a lot of people didn't like. Facebook Beacon was one of them. That was pretty bad. And Tesla and SpaceX has a history of blowing up cars and rockets during their inception, so they kind of had a pretty rocky start, but now they're worth $1 billion each, or billions of dollars. Not sure what the value of Tesla and SpaceX is right now. So the lesson over here is failure is part of the whole experimentation process. You will fail to understand what doesn't work, and if it demoralizes you, especially your first failure, then you're not suited to build a startup. Steve Jobs once said, I'm not sure where I read it, but he made a statement once. I've said that the most important factor that determines success is your willingness to sacrifice. Let's just say you're working 150 hours a week and you're trying to build your startup, you're trying to grow your company. You won't have a lot of time for partying. Now, this only applies to millennials because my guess is that when you're in your 30s, you're married, you got kids, you got a mortgage, so you really can't sort of sacrifice all that to build a startup, so the pressure is on. But when you're in your 20s, you don't really sort of have a lot of time to have an active social life when you're trying to sort of build a startup. Because building a company from scratch on your own or with a team requires you to be active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There are no vacations or weekends or any special moments. It's work. You go to sleep, you wake up, and it's all work. So you have to sacrifice your happiness in your 20s. When I say happiness, I mean like, having an active social life, going out a lot, and networking with people who are not relevant to your business. You have to sacrifice all those things in order to build your startup. So if you're willing to do that, then you're on the right track. Let me go into detail by what I mean by this. Let's just say you're working in a multi-billion-dollar company, which gives you everything you could ever dream of. Financial security, options to travel all over the world, a great working environment, and stock options that you can vest one day and make millions. But you still feel unfulfilled, which means you're either retarded or you want to build something of your own, something that you're passionate about. This is Biz Stone. Does he look familiar? He should. This guy was one of the fastest growing employees in Google's early years. This was when Google was like about to take over the entire world. But he left the company at its pinnacle to join his friend, Evan Williams, who also left Google at that time to build his own startup. Now, Ev was a millionaire because he sold his first company, Blogger, to Google and walked away with a lot of money. And Biz had 2 more years for his stock options at Google to vest, which would eventually be worth around $2 million. What did he do? He left the money on the table and walked away with nothing to join his friend Ev to build his startup. What happens in the future? Biz and Evan, along with their friend Jack Dorsey, built Twitter, and the rest is history. Check out this book, Hatching Twitter by Nick Bilton, to get more insight into this. The link is in the description. So, the lesson learned over here is, despite all the financial benefits of a secure job, if you're driven towards building your own startup and you're willing to go through the sacrifice of losing everything and starting over from scratch, then go for it. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I'll try and post a video every single day if I can. Check out my blog, which goes into details on my videos and other stuff related to startups. The blog link is in the description. It's called alternateweb.wordpress.com. Hit me up on Instagram. The link again is in the description. Subscribe to my channel, like the video. Really want to connect with people who want to build startups and the process of building their first businesses. I really want to sort of focus on building this into a community and connecting with some really amazing visionaries. And thanks again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.